You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry?
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Talk to Karen for this? Oh no, Mid's assistant.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Yeah, okay. Letting off steam, part 2. There's probably gonna be 3 letting off steams because Mid needs like 3 parts or whatever. On the one hand, I'm like, okay, cool, we'll get all this done. On the other hand, I'm like, oh, I want to see where the story goes. So badly. We gotta help Mid first.
Taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave
Is that a side quest or is that just for the main quest? Okay, no, that's just for the main quest.
Need behind.
Dude, Final Fantasy is great. I'm really dying for some Tales of news because it's almost been 2 years since Tales of Arise released. I really wonder what's next for Tales of. I do know it was a big gap from Berseria and Arise. I am hoping for some Tales of stuff soon. At least like, hey, we're making the next game or something or something. Where am I? How am I going there? This is not the way. My bad. Oh, stairs. I didn't see this. I knew there were stairs somewhere. I just didn't see them. Not stairs, yeah. I can talk, I swear. Ambrosia, if you wouldn't mind. Go, go, go.
Run like the wind.
Yes, run like the wind. Yeah, Tales of news. I feel like, I mean, it hasn't been 2 years yet. It's coming up to 2 years since Arise released. And this is just me being like, I want more Tales of news. It's not me complaining to Bandai that they gave us nothing. I just want more Tales of news. Because I'm a Tales of fan. I love the series. I want more, like, whether it's more ports, which I think I'd be down with, or a new game. You know what I really love? Oh, a Tales of crossover. If they can give us like a, kind of like in Japan, how they have the Tales of versus only in Japan, where they cross over all the games. Give us something like that in America. I want a crossover game with Tales of characters. That's my dream Tales of game right there. If you were to ask me what I want specifically from the series right now, it would be some kind of like arena fighting game with Tales of characters, or like a story where they all meet up. I want some kind of crossover project with Tales of. That's what I really want right now. I don't think it'll ever happen, but I would love it. Hi.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
Still at the beginning because I've been playing Zero, about to start Azure before I play Reverie. Interesting. Oh yeah, Reverie came out like last week or something. I just didn't pay mind to it because I'm not getting to it for a while.
Anybody home?
Hey Torgor, how's it going? Oh, it's an Armin.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Time to go indeed. That was the wrong move. Oh, I don't have a Phoenix. I tried the Phoenix shift as if I had Phoenix.
Too slow.
Nice. What is this? What is happening? Bum. Bum.
Nice try.
Either way, I don't need new releases for FF or Tales of anytime soon because I've got a whole, still a decent backlog for both of them to get through. So it works both ways, where it's like I don't really need new releases because I can focus on the backlog stuff I have to do. So it's all good. Hey, Deadly Embrace. Get toppled. Into this. Let's go. Lightning Rod, go. Ow. Oh, you're staggered. Sucks to suck. Hey, how about the Judgment Bolt? Oh, get wrecked. That damage. Wind up, wind up. Make it with the wind up, please. Let's go, I made it. Before the stagger ended. Hate to say this. Unwanted visitor when this is clearly an Aramin. I played Final Fantasy games before. You can't fool me, Square Enix. Nope, 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 nope. Please die.
Enough.
There we go. Bloody Hide, Magic Dash.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
That was quick. Or maybe because I did all the hunts before letting off Steam 1, so it felt like the first one was Wong. I said Wong? Why would I say Wong? It's like I was Charlotte from Childs of Mana. Increases strength tonic duration by 10 seconds. I don't really use strength tonics, but I mean, like, it's nice to have, I guess. Alright then. Dude, speaking of Tales of, I really can't wait to... Still enjoying 16, but at the same time, I'm both excited for more 16, but I'm also excited to get to the next Tales game. Honestly, because we're, like, going through this game really quick, I don't know how much longer we have, we'll probably be seeing the Tales of game in, like, August or something. I feel like... I've heard this game is, like, not short. People have been, like, satisfied with the length of it. And if it takes me about the same time it does as those people, then, I mean, like, we're like 30 hours in, and it's July 10th. I feel like by the time we get to the 22nd of July, we'll be, like, almost 50 hours in the game, if not at the 50-hour mark, maybe close to it. So more or less, we're probably going to be, maybe we'll be finishing this game in, like, the next 2 weeks. I have no idea how much we have left.
He cracked the crystal too.
Although I don't know how much more they can do with it, because, like, we have, like, what, 2 mother crystals left, I think, and 2 more icons? And if the spacing is about the same as all the other icons and mother crystals, then, like, that would honestly make, like, a 40 to 50 hour game. But if I'm doing, like, all the hunts and the side quests, that might add, like, another 5 or 10 hours. So, you never know. But considering it's only July 10th, is like, yeah, another 2 weeks from now, I will most likely be close to, if not, like, finished with the game. Or are you mid? I always forget. We have to go down the
You
stairs.
started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
No pictures.
If I don't
What's
come
up?
up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
Again, I'm better off fast traveling. You walk so much in the hideaway that I'm just better off fast traveling every time. Ba bum bum.
Harpocrates, do you have the moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, She's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection it requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
This is the easiest choice of my career.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Drustinus.
Oh, I have to talk to you to pick.
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia.
Come on, we all knew I was gonna take Jill. Easiest choice of my life. Well, back to Northreach.
Now, where's Jill?
There's talk that the glass...
I'm the complete opposite direction.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled. I won't have you.
Are those Pepio nuts? I can never tell.
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stores, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Pepio nuts and garlic. Got it.
You'll not find a bruised
I can just simply purchase them? Is it really that simple?
You haven't much, but you're free to look.
Well, the garlic is simple.
I hope it's to your liking.